So, hello everyone. Let's talk about Instagram. Instagram made a feature where you can live stream. It changed everything. If you thought that I haven't been posting on Snapchat as much, it's because literally Instagram live stream has taken over my life. It's so addicting. I get to interact with people in real time. Today I was live streaming, and I'm actually live streaming right now. Everyone's probably gonna say hello, but it's gonna be like a 30-second lag. But here's everyone that's watching me right now. There's 57 of y'all. Oh. 56. Fine. That one person. I was asking what video should I film, and they said, John Paul said, just do a Q&A and we'll ask you questions. So right now I'm going to be doing a Q&A, but all these questions are pulled from my Instagram live stream. This feels like some sort of ploy to try and get you to follow me on Instagram, but in reality I'm just obsessed with live streaming. So we're going to go ahead and ask some questions. This is sort of what I do on the app anyway, but figured might as well film it to make money off of it. Wow, I'm that person. I went there. Thoughts on A Court of, what does it stand for? ACOW, Wings and Ruin? Wrath and Ruin? I forgot what it's called. I'm just gonna say A Court of Warner and Reese. Thoughts about it. If I would have been given it a month after I read Math, then I would have been like, oh my god, it's so amazing. But it's been so long that I've calmed down about it. I'd love to read it right now. But I've been saying, I feel like this book I'm gonna get so spoiled on. That's just gonna be unavoidable spoilers. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm just also dreading it. Tamlin. Tamlin. Hard pass. Hard pass. It's so soon. When does it come out? Like May? The beginning of May? Jesus, that's like in a month. Okay. You're probably watching this at the beginning of May, knowing me and my editing schedule. So what, was it good? For those of you who are watching this after you read it. Favorite TV show? I used to answer this question, oh, I don't really watch TV shows. But in reality, I've been getting a lot more into Netflix than usual, which is why I've been reading like 2 books a month now. My favorite show of all time will always be New Girl. So funny. Nick Miller is my man, my actual dad. But I also really like Stranger Things, Parks and Rec, Jessica Jones. That's one that no one's seen, but it's so good. I loved Jessica Jones. David Tennant as a villain. Oh, everything. I'm trash for reality shows, so like Dance Moms. I'm all about that as well. I'm not really into like popular shows. Like I'm not Doctor Who or Supernatural or anything like that. I'm sorry. For the record, Reese or Warner? You'd have to clarify. Who do I like better as a character, or who do I want? There's such subtleties and nuances between them that you'd have to clarify. It's that close. Favorite underrated book? Probably at the moment, Said the Shotgun to the Head by Saul Williams. I've been talking about that book a lot. It's a poetry book. It's so good. Read it. What book are you reading right now? I'm currently reading Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I've been reading this since January, and everyone's tired of hearing me talk about how I'm still currently reading this, but I'm almost done. I'm on page 489 out of 530 something. The reason why it's taking me so long to read is because I'm deliberately taking it slow. It's so freaking good. If you have not read Six of Crows, run, don't walk. That's what I have to say about that. It's really good. I don't want it to end. How many babies do you want? 0. I want to be an English teacher. Is that similar to your major or far from it? It's actually spot on, because anytime that you go, oh, I'm an English major, their next question is, oh, what grade do you want to teach? And I'm like, none of them. I hate kids. Would you ever film more makeup videos like you used to? I didn't realize I filmed a lot of makeup videos earlier. Yeah, I stray away from it just because I know I could. I mean, yeah, I'm just not an expert. I just like do stuff. Like it took me 10 minutes to do this one wing, and it's not even that cute. I don't know. If it's something you want and you request it enough, then I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll do it. I want to go into publishing, but I don't know what major is best, creative writing or English, and how do you like your English major? Okay, different things. Publishing is massive. You can say you want to go into publishing, but you could do publicity, or you could do editing, or you could, you know, there's so many different departments. English major by itself is just a staple to have. They'll accept it. It's just, you have really good speaking and literacy skills. It's a really good base to have. Say if you want to go into publicity, that's when people are going to start looking at, okay, mass communication major, minor. If you go into college with 30 credits and like a ton of AP credits from English, it's not going to take you long at all to get all your English classes out of the way. So if you wanted to double major in something, you could do English and mass communications major. That'd get you in. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to go into editing like me, I'm an English major with a writing emphasis. So that just means I take English classes, but I also do a lot of writing classes and comp classes. Go look at job ads. I know it's like probably far off in the future if you're deciding what major you want to be, but they have ads listed and they'll tell you whichever degree they prefer. So if you want to go into journalism degrees, or English degree with specific journalism focus, like stuff like that. Just look at what they want and tailor yourself to it. But also go into it knowing that your life might shift around. If you get an English degree with a writing emphasis like I do, expecting to go into editing, and you don't think like, oh, well, that's the only thing I can do with that degree. Like, English degrees are so versatile nowadays. If you ask any booktuber, there's booktubers that are English majors but work in accounting or work in business or do publicity. So it's such a wide pool that you have when you become an English major. It's not like you're confined to one thing. That was a long answer. Moving on. This is also turning into an English major Q&A. What countries would you most like to visit? I've never left the US and it's disturbing and I hate it. I really want to go to Iceland. I really, really, really want to go to Germany. It's not that I want to visit Germany. I want to live in Germany so bad. Please invite me to your house and let me live with you so I can learn German. Really want to go to London. Really want to go to Paris or France in general. Maybe not Paris. I just want, oh my God. I'm telling you, like, just throw me in Europe anywhere. I'm there. I can't name you 3 places. It's the whole world. What's your favorite short book? Anthem by Ayn Rand, which is a really good novella. I read freshman year of high school. I can't shake the feeling I had when I read it, which was, this is so interesting and so powerful. And I think no matter when I reread it, I'm probably still gonna feel that way just because the impression it left on me was so massive and I really liked it. How often do you live stream? I honestly think I live stream like once a day when I'm at school, but when I'm home, I live in a house with like 5 people and I don't have my own room, so it's kind of awkward. But when I'm at school, when I'm with my friends, it's all the time. Juliet or Warner for US president? I've always been salty because Juliet has a 9th grade or 10th grade education and she's like, I'm gonna leave the country. Like, no! Sit down, your boyfriend has better qualifications than you. I've always been salty. Warner, but not because I'm a misogynist. Warner. What are your favorite classes to take outside of your major? I had a really fun time in astronomy, actually. I took astronomy online. I'm sure if I would have taken it in class, it would have been the worst, but the textbook we read and the assignments we had, I was mind blown. I'm sure I'm the only one in that class that read the textbook, but man, that chapter on extraterrestrial life and our planets and all the things that we don't know about the universe, it just sent me into a crisis. I really liked women and gender studies. My teacher was begging me to minor in that, but I don't have the time and the money to do an extra minor and I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So I've had classes that I enjoy for the people and for the teachers, but not necessarily that stuck with me. If you could only save one person from a burning house, who would you save? Warner or Reese? Warner, because Reese has wings and Reese could magic his way out of it, but Warner's helpless. People say that, they're like, who would you rather push off a cliff, Warner or Reese? And I'm like, Reese has wings. He could fly. If you're trying to make me choose between Reese and Warner, I don't know. What's your favorite classic? Oh man, of all time, probably Great Gatsby. The way that I feel just thinking about Gatsby and how I want to cry, it's so good. It just stuck with me for so long and it's so metaphorical and gorgeous and tragic. What is your longest yeah boy ever? 26 seconds. Dorian or Kale? Kale. Will you live stream a Tinder date this summer? Oh boy, that'd be a lot. What's your favorite phrase to say in German? Ich bin ein Berliner. Not really. Probably ich weiß nicht oder there's a word that I constantly use that I'm aware that I constantly use, but I forgot it. So thoughts on short stories? Love them. Need to read more of them. So someone asks me, how do I feel about Tahereh's pregnancy? I feel so in shock about it. It's like I can't even vocalize how. Like, how do I feel about it? I don't know. It doesn't feel real. Clearly I'm excited for her. Clearly that's like massive and this is gonna change a lot of things, but whew! That was so unexpected. It's gonna be such a cute baby. Can you imagine? It's gonna have like a little tuxedo on. I feel like a jealous older sibling already though. I'm like, but what about my sequels to Shatter Me? And what about touring? Everything's gonna work out. I'm gonna stop being selfish. It's all fine. I'm excited for her. End of story. Tips on reading more? Throw your phone out the window. Like seriously, just get off your phone. Favorite American Horror Story season? Season 2. Asylum will always be near and dear to my heart. The name game scene will nothing can compare. How did you get into journaling? I reread my old journals and went, I want to do that, and then I started journaling again. LA or New York? New York. What does your dream home look like? Speaking of New York, tall ceilings, floor to ceiling windows, plants everywhere, plants hanging from ceilings, plants on windowsills, plants on shelves. Everything's white. Stainless steel appliances, comfy couches, minimalist but also wise use of space, cozy but also clean. I think just go to my aesthetic Tumblr, whittyaesthetic.tumblr.com, and you'll see a bunch of pictures of houses, and that's my dreams, but it's probably not gonna happen. I'm probably gonna live in a shoe closet. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Absolutely. Yes. Favorite animal? Dogs. Least favorite classic? Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. So boring. The worst. I'm doing a Q&A off of Instagram livestream, and like 4 times John Paul has asked, why is Kaylin a hoe? Would you like to answer it?
I think it's just in my nature that I'm a hoe. I think it's kind of genetic.
She got them hoes in her genes.
My entire family's a hoe. We call each other hoes, so I'm a hoe. That's it.
Do you watch Game of Thrones? Not yet. Least favorite dog breed? Bulldogs. Okay, American Bulldogs on the fence. English Bulldogs, I want them to be extinct. Like, I can't with it. They're worst. The worst. If you have an English Bulldog, you can tell them to never bother me. Ever. Female book crush, Juliet Ferrars. Are you surprised? Would you rather fight 1 Bernie Sanders sized squirrel or 20 squirrel sized Bernie Sanders? Why would I fight him? He is so good to us. If anything, I'd want the 20 Bernie Sanders so that I can have them all surrounding me and telling me how much he loves me and he wants to fix our system. Where would you most like to live in the world? I want to live somewhere where I don't need a car, so anywhere that they have public transportation, I'll try it. Tips on learning a new language. Quizlet. Your best friend. How do you feel about video games? Playing video games. The song or the actual video games? I miss Animal Crossing so bad. Like, if someone can find me my DS and my Animal Crossing game from like 2010 or even before that, like 2007 or 2008, I don't remember. Please. I miss it so bad. Still waiting for that Animal Crossing app. What meme represents your whole life? This one. Same. Favorite YouTubers to watch? Right now, I'm freaking loving the David Dobrik squad. So, Zane and Heath, #1s right now. Casey Neistat started vlogging again, and I am shooketh. I am shooketh. I love it so much. Speaking of shooketh, Christine and Elijah, I love them. How does Eponine make you feel? Sad, but also like relatable because also on my own. Going on vacation, what should I read? Shatter Me. Favorite genre of books? I don't know anymore. I'm kind of shifting right now. I'll let you know in like a year. Favorite type of dog? Golden Retrievers and Italian Greyhounds. And boxers. Favorite movie? Titanic. Or How to Train Your Dragon. Or Ice Age. If you could colonize another planet, which would you choose? Pluto, because she needs love. Favorite type of cereal? I wish I could just pull out my Lucky Charms, but I didn't get Lucky Charms this time. I bought Frosted Flakes, but Lucky Charms. If you could go to space, would you? That's actually a good question, because literally my #1 irrational fear is outer space. I'm never gonna be there. I don't need to be afraid of it. It's the worst. This is coming from the same person who just said astronomy class is cool, but it's the worst. You will die. It's so big. Reese though, am I right? I'm cutting that out. There's no way. Thoughts on manga? Have not read it yet. Looking forward to it though. Younger men or older men? Depends on how much money they have. Life goals. I just want to like see the Northern Lights once, just once. Probably finish a book, not even get it published, but just like try it. How do you grow your YouTube audience? Just keep going. Be consistent, upload regularly. That's the same thing I just said twice. Have a personality, have some fun with it, edit your videos. To that in himself be true. Did you see any dogs today? No. Thanks for reminding me. What type of camera do you use to film? I use a EOS Canon Rebel T5i. Favorite snack? What's my favorite snack?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Okay, Michelle Obama. Do you listen to any podcasts? When I'm in the car driving to and from campus, I do listen to Not Too Deep by Grace Helbig, and I think it's hilarious, and it's a good one. Who do you think is more problematic, Colleen Hoover or 50 Shades of Grey? Don't hate me, but Colleen Hoover. I've always had the argument that 50 Shades of Grey is disturbing, and it's controlling and promotes patriarchal themes, but there's nothing explicitly non-consensual. And there's undertones of maybe some, but there's non-consensual stuff in Colleen Hoover. Favorite Shatter Me quote? Not today, Satan. Do you watch The Vampire Diaries? Nope. Favorite quote? I really want a tattoo of my favorite lyric for my favorite song, which is in search of something more to be, which is basic, but in search of something more to be. Would you ever get a tattoo? Yeah, I just mentioned I want that one line of text, maybe like on my forearm, I don't know, something a little basic but not like too basic. And then I want Ignite right here on my elbow above the crease.
We should get you a tattoo and not tell your mom, and then just you show up with tattoo.
I don't think my mom would get that mad though. If it was just the word Ignite, she'd be like, oh. But if I got like a lion on my back,
yeah,
she'd be like,
that's what my sister did.
Hello church camp. Do you watch Once Upon a Time? I watched season 1 and that was the best, but then the rest was boring and went on for way too long. Drink of choice. Water. Favorite contemporary read? I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Did you finish 13 Reasons Why? Not yet. I'm on episode 4. How old were you when you started YouTube? 15. I was a little nugget. Favorite place you visited so far? I think the apple orchards, Apple Vista. boa orchard. In California, the apple orchards were like the most beautiful place I've gone. If I went on a date to an apple orchard in California, that would be like everything. It's so pretty. I loved it, even more than San Francisco, and I loved San Francisco. Are you tall because everything's bigger in Texas? Possibly. Thoughts on Perks Being a Wallflower? Haven't read it in like 6 years, but would love to retry it because the movie's really good. What's the one quote that everyone always talks about? You accept the love you think you deserve. The more I just got chills because the more I age and the more I'm able to comprehend that. And at first I was like, that makes no sense. But now that I'm older, it's like fine wine, I'm aging. No, I don't know. I think I'd get a different interpretation out of it now than I would have when I was 14, you know? What book do you want to read before the end of the year? I don't know. Probably the third ACOTAR book. Why do you hate Milk and Honey? I will talk about that in a video soon, but you can read my Goodreads review in the meantime. It's too plain and boring, and it's like a regular sentence except there's skips in the line, which I don't consider a poem, I consider it a sentence with skips in the line. Which journal have you started this time? I have a black moleskin journal. It's right here. Is this one? I haven't written in a month. I hate myself. In Search of Something More to Be. What song? That's Old Skin by Olafur Arnolds. Just search Old Skin. It sounds so gross, but it's so good. Did you do anything extracurricular in high school? Nope. What's the best joke? I'm gonna end on that one because we need a stopping point. It's been like 20 minutes. The best joke. Always a banger. The extraist pun. Here it goes. What is the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with breast implants? One of them's a crusty bus station and the other's a busty crustacean. I think I found that one on Tumblr and it's the one I always tell. It's my favorite. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to all the commenters on the Instagram. Alrighty, goodbye everyone.